Hello youth, this is your midweek encouragement video. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are getting back into the school week from a week off and that you enjoyed that. We started our new series this last week and I'm excited to be getting into it and just getting back to the basics about what we believe, why we believe it, and why we do the things we do. So join us for that. I'm going to jump right in. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 9 this morning. And we're going to be talking about the problem with scoffing. And scoffing is one of those words that we don't use too often nowadays. But if you've ever seen someone get advice or have ever given advice to someone yourself, maybe a younger sibling or a friend, and they just seem to disregard that wisdom, or they disregard what the person said and kind of turn their nose up at it and just kind of keeping on with it. That is kind of what scoffing is. Scoffing, at its core, it highlights a heart problem and an attitude problem that is resistant to the possibility of growth, and it's resistant to the possibility of the blessings that wisdom could have for a person. So, we're going to read Proverbs chapter 9, starting in verse 7. It says, "Whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Do not reprove a scoffer, or he'll hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he'll love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he'll be still wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he'll increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight. For by me your days will be multiplied, and your years will be added to your life. If you are wise for yourself. But if you scoff, you alone will bear it." I want to note here, and it's going to be, is that through line for the book of Proverbs is restated here. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And in this section, we're told that when the scoffer, this person who is characterized by scoffing, receives instruction, they respond with hatred and abuse. Because at their core, they don't think that they need the help. And so when a person gives them instruction or feedback or some sort of direction, they, yeah, right. And the person who allows this attitude to cultivate in their life, it results in not only just disregarding that advice and that wisdom, but actually seeking to do harm and cause problems for the person giving it. And so that is why the teacher in Proverbs says, listen, if a person has this attitude, don't reprove them. Don't try to correct this person, because they're just going to go after you. The scoffer stays right where they are. They cannot grow because they're unable to admit that they need to grow. It's kind of like the first step in growing in wisdom is us admitting that we need to grow in wisdom. That is why they say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because when we have a right view of God, a right respect and awe for who God is, it puts us in a place of, man, I've got a lot to figure out. I've got a lot to grow in here. The scoffer here is contrasted with the wise man who, when given instruction and reproved, responds in love, is thankful for that, that seeks to grow in that wisdom and increase in it, not just receive it and throw it away, but wants to pursue it further. And so the way that we move past this attitude of scoffing is, again, through this right view of God, is to have a heart change and an attitude change about who we are and who God is, and to what degree we need God's wisdom in our life. And only then, when we have the fear of the Lord, then we can pursue and begin to pursue that wisdom. Each person has to accept wisdom's call. And you can either accept it and grow, or reject it and scoff and stay where you are. And so I would encourage you, if maybe perhaps you struggle with this idea of taking advice or taking sound wisdom, I'd struggle you to, when you hear that, take a minute, evaluate it, pray about it, look in the Word, think about, is this good advice? Is this advice that I need in my life right now? Is this advice that's going to draw me closer to my God? And if it is, don't scoff at it. Take it seriously. That would be my encouragement to you. We have a whole bunch of exciting things coming up, and I'll tell you more about those on Sunday. We have the ministry fair, which is going to give us opportunities to get involved here at the church, so I hope you guys are able to make it to that. But otherwise, have a good rest of your week. Love y'all, and we'll see you soon.